that damn near 30 thing, you know?
I'm thinking that, like, okay, there's some on-off switch. Like,
there is.
You know, you go to sleep, you know, on the 21st and you're 29, and then you wake up the 22nd and you're 30. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I ain't 20 nothing no more.
Yeah. I mean, when I hit 30, I felt that way. I literally felt a change. And I don't know if it's because I was anticipating it or I created it, but it happened.
I feel anxious.
Yeah.
I feel anxious. Like, I'm getting there. It's like, okay, I cannot do a lot. Like, I just can't. Like,
yeah.
I was doing that when I was this age, and now I'm
it comes
30.
Together at 30, like, literally.
I think people just take you more serious too once you hit 30.
Definitely.
So.
I feel like, as you know, in my career as well, I felt like I finally reached a place where when I'm talking to people, they can actually receive what I'm saying now.
Right.
You know what I mean? At 22, 23, what am I really giving you?
I'm ready for people to respect what I'm saying when I'm saying it in a professional field, because I still struggle with people like hearing what I'm saying, and I hate that, because I hate feeling like when I'm working with people or for people that I'm dealing with people who aren't qualified.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's frustrating, because it's like I don't want to deal with you. Like,
exactly.
I should be way up here instead I'm dealing with you. Like, but yeah, this 30 thing, I'm just like, I think about it a lot, actually. Like, I think about it a lot. I'm like, okay, these types of things have to happen before.
Well, at least you're planning. You know, some people just don't plan. That goes back to what we were saying when you're in your 30s and you don't have anything going on. It's a lack of planning. You know,
I see that, and I was like, one of the reasons I got the podcast is because I talk to myself a lot. I have the best conversations when I'm alone.
Do you answer yourself back?
Of course. But
do you need to come see me, or?
I mean, you know, I'm seeing myself. You know, I see myself, and you know, myself has a whole lot of love and respect for me. And so I always listen to him, but he doesn't know everything. But at the end of the day, I was telling. That sounds so crazy. I was telling myself, but I was realizing that, you know, ignorance is a choice, and so is
Definitely.
You know, making a mistake is a choice. Like, you know, these are things that you choose. Negligence is a choice. Like the whole situation with the gorilla.
Oh God.
I'm pretty pissed. I'm not just as an animal lover, because I don't even love gorillas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd been super hot if that was like a stray dog or even fucking a kitten or something. Don't let it be no bundle of kittens. Then, you know what I'm saying? I'm at your throat. But
I'm an animal lover too.
Yeah. With the gorilla situation had me frustrated, because it's like, you got animals in captivity.
Yeah.
Chilling, minding their business, doing what you forced them to do, train them to do, and then now, you know what I'm saying, damn, you dead at 17. I mean, niggas is getting good at killing 17-year-old dark colored males. Like, I mean, they're getting good at it. Like,
oh gosh.
you know what I'm saying? If you resemble something, you know what I'm saying, if you're, what they call it, melanin, that level looks to, if they can confuse that for something else, and you and your team got a target on your head, no matter what species you are, like, oh, that look like a nigga. Kapow!
I've been following the debate on it, seeing, you know, everybody's point of view, and I've kind of stayed quiet just because I get both sides. But I had to put myself in the thought process of, okay, if it was my child, or if it was me, what would I need to happen? You know what I mean? If you were in there, what would you want them to do? You'd want them to shoot the hell out of it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, don't even hesitate if I'm in there.
Well, here's the thing, though. They had to do that. Yeah. They had to.
Yeah.
But the mom, you should not be walking away scot-free from this. Like, you need to have some kind of personal responsibility is a choice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, You know when Cat Williams was talking about, people putting their kids on leashes like German Shepherds? I feel like, okay, even though we laughed about it, like that might be something to consider.
The leash looks good as hell right now.
It looks superb. Like it should be selling like hotcakes.
Right. That leash you probably can't buy a leash right now.
You can't. It's gone.
Yeah,
because nobody wants to be that parent.
Yeah, right. Okay, fuck this. Like, I'm gonna throw all you niggas on a leash. Like, how about that? Run, you know what I'm saying? Now you got a 2.5 foot radius you can run, but the leash looks like a good idea right now.
It looks superb. You don't want to be that parent that everybody's... I mean, I heard this lady's getting death threats. I mean, it's just not...
Hey.
I think that's a little too far, but...
Hey, I don't know what's too far, but I know that I'm super pissed at her.
Yeah.
I'm super pissed at her, but...
Yeah.
I think that now when I see a person with a leash, instead of laughing, I'm going to think, oh, this person is responsible.
Exactly.
This person's responsible. I'm going to go that...
Yeah, they're 10 steps ahead right now.
Yeah, like... Your child is never finna get away from you, crawl in an encampment with a deadly wild animal, you know what I'm saying, and cause its death. Like, thank you, ma'am, sir, for being responsible. Like,
and my thing is, why is it even set up to where there's a possibility that somebody can get in other than the staff?
I think that the mindset was, okay, there's a deadly animal on the other side of this. People probably gonna have control of your kids. I mean, if there's ever a time when you pay attention to them, it's probably when there's a deadly animal, like
absolutely
across a fence. So
yeah, I just feel like there should be whatever he crawled through. Once he got to the end of that, there should have been a gate, a piece of wood, just something to where you should not be able to crawl through anything to get to this animal. Like, I just don't get it.
That's true, but he also had to like fall down like so he had to like travel to get to the animal. Who is chilling? Like, when I'm sitting there watching a video, I'm the whole time thinking, like, I thought that it was actually a female, but it was actually a male gorilla. I'm like, man, he could tear that little boy apart.
Yeah, because they're aggressive. They said that
and they don't raise other people's kids.
Yeah, this lady, and I don't know how true it is because it's the internet, but some lady made a post about how she's an expert on gorillas, monkeys, whatever, and she said that she could tell by his language that he was getting agitated, and it didn't help with the crowd yelling and stuff. She said the child was definitely in danger based off of the body language, even though what we see is not anything too aggressive.
Once I realized that it was a male gorilla, I thought, okay, there probably wasn't a time that he wasn't agitated. However, he's probably been conditioned
absolutely
to a degree, but he was unstable in that moment. He was, him acting like that was just unstable. Like, it would have been more natural for him to like go to town on the kid.
Yeah.
But him acting like that, I'm like, okay, he's off them shits.
Yeah.
So the little boy was in danger. I mean, you had to take him out.
You did. When I saw the video the very first time, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's not attacking this child, he's not being aggressive. Right. And then I saw the other video where they showed the beginning where he kind of pulled him through the thing. So it's hard to tell. Like, yeah, it had to happen.
It did have to happen. He wasn't being like super aggressive, but I think that the moment anybody else came in there, he would have like...
And the yelling didn't help.
He would have flipped shit. And the yelling didn't help. But he did understand that, hey, something's going on right here. Like, he understood that much.
Yeah, he did. You could tell in his body language.
Which is crazy, because it's like, he seemed like a confused man.
Yeah.
He seemed like a confused man, like he didn't know what was going on.
He seemed like he wanted to turn and look at somebody and be like,
hey, what's
going on?
But, and when I see things like that, I just thinking about how many things go wrong that are avoidable from due diligence, from personal responsibility, which are words that nobody likes to hear those words. I don't like to hear those words. I'm saying them, but that's only because I need to hear them.
Yeah.
So, but just how much easier your life is when you're prepared, or when you make decisions based off sound judgment. But those are the types of things that like are on my mind, like as I approach 30 years old. Like, I remember being a kid, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Like you said, when 30 comes, people hold you more responsible for things as well. The decisions you make is no longer, you're young, da da da, like full responsibility to the max.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I mean, your mentality has to change because now you're in a situation where, you're taking it a lot more seriously. The gift and curse, I guess.
We'll see. Hopefully, it comes with a lot of money.
Amen.
Because I'm waiting on a whole lot of money. I've done the broke thing. I've done the had some money. I've done the check thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I haven't done is like been rich. So.
So that's next.
That's next. Like that's next. That's up next is being rich because, you know, I've done everything else.
It's funny that you say that because, you know, as someone who my first love is writing, writers, it's a needle on a haystack to get rich from writing. So when you're doing something that you love, do you sacrifice that for something that's money, or do you do it in a way to what makes money? Because you got writers out there who are making a lot of money because they figured out what people like. I've had people tell me to water down what I'm writing because people don't want to go that deep, or people want something simple. And I've seen a lot of contemporary writers, they get money because their stuff is so watered down, it's not deep, it's so it's interesting because it's like, do I stay true to myself, or do I do what, you know what I mean, what brings in a lot of money because it's popular?
Well, a lot of writers, they write under multiple names.
Yeah.
Is number one. So you can have multiple different styles and nobody know who is who.
That's true. That's a lot to keep up with, though.
It is. But you're never going to make more money than writing children's books.
Really? I always thought about doing that.
That's the move. Like, when I look at when I go into the library and grab a children's book, it'll like... I remember my friend put me on this. He was just like, bro, look at this book. Look what it's like. He was like, read these sentences. And like one page was like, some spiders live in caves. And it shows some spiders in the caves. And this is a picture of a spider in the cave. And then on the next page it just said, some do not. Like, some do not. Like,
I know. And that's the beauty of the children's book. Like, it's literally so simple and it's probably fun doing it.
Right. But, you know, 25,000 of those gone, or however many gone, but
maybe even a cartoon made out of it.
Right,
you're lucky.
And then, you know, what turns some people off when people say like, "Oh, people don't want to go that deep." They maybe don't want to go that deep in a hardback book, but if it's something digital, there's a market for that. And I see people who sell books for 99 cents, $1.99, $5.99, however much, or they even just release digital books for free and then sell some other kind of book. But I mean, there's money in it. Definitely, when I went to, because I changed my major in school like 50 million times. Mm-hmm. Creative writing was my major at one point.
Really?
Right. And when
I've been holding out.
And when I would introduce myself as a creative writing major, people would be like, "Hey, you need to get, stop. Go straight to something else." Are you taking a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have warned you, but I kind of wanted like a candid.
Okay, yeah, I'm real awkward, so no, I don't make it that easy. I definitely don't make it that easy. I'm super awkward. I didn't used to be so awkward.
I have a lot of awkward moments.
Yeah, I prefer it though. I used to be
right.
I used to be somewhat of a social butterfly, like if you can believe it. But now I'm like, no, I like being at home, doing what I do. So yeah, I got turned off by people telling me, "Oh, you don't make any money." You know what I'm saying, as a writer. And at that time, people telling me that I had nothing. I had no stories. But, now in life I got stories. I got a couple of stories. So
I think you should get back to writing. Some of those stories. Put it out there. Why not? You get one life to live. Nowadays, we're trying to leave some type of legacy. what we've done, how we left our mark. Why not be all over the map? Why not be notorious?
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. That is very true. I think I will. It took for me to get something going, for me to get like the juices going everywhere. Once I got one thing going, it was like this explosion of ideas occurred.
I think you just have to be inspired by something.